Hello there. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about creating custom tools in GeoGebra. I use custom tools in a couple of ways. First of all, uh, when I'm performing a construction repeatedly and it requires lots of steps, creating a custom tool can help make this process more simple. Second way I use custom tools is if I want to reveal some intermediate steps of a construction to students. I'd like to share an example with you right now. I'm going to create a triangle, ABC, and within GeoGebra, just the built-in commands, you can find the centroid of this triangle by typing the centroid command, centroid poly1. When I hit enter, you'll see the centroid. And that's all well and good, but it doesn't really remind students much about what the centroid really is. It doesn't hint at the construction of the centroid in a way that I would like. So rather than use the default tool, I've created my own tool called Centroid Tool. It's up here in the toolbar. When I click on 3 points of the triangle, not only is the centroid constructed, but also the medians that help make up the centroid are shown. This gives my students a better sense of what the centroid is. It's a good visual reminder of what centroid's all about. Kind of interesting. I can also type in centroid tool down below with the same result. So the custom tool I've created, centroid tool, can be used either from the command line or using the tool up in the toolbar. So what I want to do with you now is share with you the process for creating such a tool. Okay, so I have a new, fresh new GeoGebra window here, and to create a custom tool, first you have to go through the construction process yourself. So I'm going to create a triangle, ABC, and I'm going to construct the centroid by hand. So recall that we need to construct the midpoints of each side of our triangle. So I pick the midpoint tool here, and I click on each side of the triangle. Then we connect each vertex with its corresponding midpoint to create medians of the triangle. So I'm going to use the segment tool to do that. Segment between 2 points. I connect A with its corresponding midpoint, B with its corresponding midpoint, and C with its corresponding midpoint. Now these medians intersect at a single point called the centroid, and that's true regardless of how we drag points A, B, and C. That is the centroid. So we need to use the intersect tool. I'm going to click on 2 of these medians, and point G is our centroid. Now, if you recall, in my custom tool, the centroid appeared green and larger than is the case here. It was also labeled with the word centroid. So I'm going to change the object properties of point C to reflect that. So I'm going to right-click on G, pick Object Properties. We want to change the color of G. How about to a brighter green color? I'm going to make the point somewhat larger and change its style to be an open circle. Lastly, I'm going to go to the Basic tab, and instead of labeling it with its name G, I'm going to label it with a caption. This caption will be centroid. So once I have all these customizations done, I'm going to click close. And you'll now see centroid here as I had done it in the custom tool. I'd like to hide the names of the midpoints, so I'm going to uncheck show label for each midpoint, and then we're ready to go. Okay, to actually create your tool, once your construction is completed, you go up under the tool menu and pick create new tool. The input objects and output objects tab, let me explain these just a little bit. The output objects are the items that you want to have visible once the tool has been used. So in our case, we'd like the centroid to be visible, as well as each of these medians and the midpoints of each side. So let's go ahead and click on those. I want the centroid to be visible. I want each midpoint. Notice that as I click on the objects, they're listed in the output object field. So the output of my tool is going to be the centroid, the three midpoints of the three sides of the triangle, and the three medians. Now you could also select items to include from this pull down menu. I prefer to actually click on the items in the sketch itself. Once you've selected the output objects, the input objects should already appear. Essentially, kids should be clicking on A, B, and C to generate each of these output items. Let's see if that's the case. Yes. Lastly, we want to give this tool a name. I'm going to call it centroid tool. And I'm going to, under tool help, I'm going to say click on three vertices. This will allow students, when they hover over the command name, to see some hints of how to use the tool. By clicking on this box, it says show in toolbar, a little icon of my new tool will appear. And you'll notice here it says icon. By default, the icon looks like this little screwdriver and wrench, but I've actually created my own icon. Looks like this. It'll give a visual cue of what my tool is going to do. So I click open and then finish. So the new tool has been created successfully. So you'll notice there's a centroid tool up in my toolbar. If I create a triangle, click on the tool, then click on the 3 points, it works. Now if you'd like to share some of these custom tools with your students, or say that your students create their own custom tools and want to share them with class, it's fairly easy to share these custom tools. You go back to the tool menu, pick manage tools. You'll notice that my centroid tool is now listed, and then we can save this centroid tool as a .ggt file. I'm going to save this on my desktop. Let's call this, how about centroid tool .ggt for GeoGebra tool. And then just click save. So now on my desktop is the centroid tool. This can be shared with students, by clicking on the tool file, it'll open up GeoGebra with this tool in the toolbar, ready to use. So that's basically the custom tools in a nutshell. Some things for you to try would be to create custom tools for other 3 classical triangle centers. The in-center, the circumcenter. Try that out and then have some fun. We'll talk to you about it more later.